Ram. I'm pretty good from pushing back from the table. I love sauces. I have fat thoughts. But through LA Weight Loss, I've lost over 15 pounds and I've managed to keep it off for, almost 3 months now. Thank you, LA Weight Loss. They feature one-on-one counseling where you visit the center whenever you want. You don't have to make appointments. Your counselor will motivate you and guide you and give you knowledge and encouragement. During your visits, you get weighed. They take your blood pressure and your measurements. They calculate your total weight loss and the average pounds that you're losing per week. And remember, like I said, no appointment is necessary with your one-on-one counselor. Find out about the LA Weight Loss program. Affordable, convenient, and accessible at 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. Thank you, LA Weight Loss.
Since you've been listening this far, we're going to do a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour going to last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Oh, hey everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks for sticking around. Had a lot of fun with the locks. You know, you never know what you're gonna get in terms of like interviews. You know, when people do albums and they do songs that we love and stuff like that, doesn't always mean that they're gonna be the best talkers. But and it's been a while since I've had all three of them in the studio like that. And shout out to you, Jay Hood. That's the fourth. But and we didn't really get a chance to chat. But they're good. They're good talkers, and they're loud talkers too, right? Mm-hmm. Dear Wendy, I recently found out that Jennifer Lopez discontinued her plus size line. I called eFashion's website, and they advised me that information of her discontinuing her plus size line. Her clothes are banging and very fashionable. Some women of color are shaped differently and can't fit into 7 jeans and Citizen jeans and Juicy and Joe jeans. I'm 29. I'm a size 20 with hips and butt. Please put her on blast because everyone doesn't like Lane Bryant and Ashley Stewart jeans. We want to wear designer jeans in our lives too. P.S. Baby fat jeans are too long. That's what I love about her though. And she says, I'm 30 and I don't want a big fat cat on my ass. That's my problem with them though. I mean, I understand that. You know what is very interesting? I was having, this is from Cherise. I was having that conversation with another woman the other day, a grown woman over 30, a well-paying job and all like that. And we were talking about jeans. And she said, Wendy, I don't want to walk around with a big cat on my behind or an apple on each butt cheek. And I was like, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I have apple bottom jeans. Misa, I don't know what you're doing over there, or whether you're still with apple bottom or not, but Misa had sent me a pair of apple bottom jeans. The only time I wear them, because they don't have any pockets in the back and no pockets in the front, they do have pockets in the front, but they lay real flat. But I wear them when, like, I have on a tunic that goes over the apple bottom, and I don't want pockets to get in the way of my lines. So I put on my apple bottom jeans. But I would never go out with like the apples actually showing on my bottom. The jeans are for kids, and shout out to the kids and whatnot. But yeah, Cherise, I understand what you're saying. I had no idea Jennifer Lopez discontinued her plus size. One of the velours that I have with her, as a matter of fact, is a 1X. It fits baggy and slouchy, but I love it. And then the other ones that I have are extra larges. I didn't know that. Hey, Jennifer, that was one of the things that made you cool to all women, is that at least, a woman of your Hollywood status and your small frame, that you thought about the big girls. So I'm a little surprised that you have forgotten about the big girls and did away with your plus size lines, because like Cherise said, not everybody wants Lane Bryant and Ashley Stewart jeans. Well, Cherise, I don't know what else to tell you. Ashley Simpson changed the color of her hair, and I have to say, 1,000,000 times better. All of a sudden, she's cute. Look. Isn't that a nice color? The cut is nice too. Oh, you didn't see the look. Oh, no. What? Anything is better than the killer black that she had on, like that demon rebel child black. And her haircut is kind of almost like the new Jennifer Lopez haircut, except it looks better on Ashley than it does on Jennifer. Jen will be wearing extensions in no time at all. I don't know what little bump she hit in her life, but oftentimes, when women, make such a move, they just hit a bump in the road and they're just ready to cleanse and get rid of it. And then they realize what they did a lot of times and immediately start putting the tracks in until it grows back. Remember when Britney Spears cut her hair? Like last year this time. She cut it off at the shoulders, made it brown. Anyhow, I was talking about Fat Joe earlier, just inquiring about his new CD. Where is it? What's going on? And, well, that's it. If you're just turning on the show, I appreciate any part of the show that you can possibly listen to. Thanks. There's a woman during Advice Hour who, Yaz in Trenton, the locks are officially gone. She says, to Jade, I'm 5 feet, 214 pounds, Puerto Rican, trying to smoke that purple with you. Damn. 214 pounds?
Oh, you said, I thought you said 200.
No, come on. Anyway, there's a woman during Advice Hour. And she sent me very interesting facts. Kind of made me sit back and ponder even after I closed the mic, like, what to do in a situation like that. It's kind of like the Demi Moore situation, of which Ashton's grandmother is saying that she's not pregnant. And I was just wondering out loud several times, like, why would she even want to go down that road again? Her girls are grown. They can take care of themselves. And, not grown in the sense of they're in college, but, they're on their way. She got her body back, and now she's, trying to, make a go once again of, continuing in, I guess where she left off with the acting and stuff. It's tough enough when you hit 40, but, you hit 40, then you're pregnant, and then, the baby, even if you get your body back, are you hitting the wall? What? A big part of me is glad that she's not pregnant. And I don't know that she's really trying to go down that road, but it's just kind of scary. You get involved with guys that don't have children, and, a woman's already done her work. And many women are, dating younger guys. So this woman from Advice Hour faxed me that she's 36 and she has 3 children from her ex-husband. Their ages are 9 through 17. The guy that she's been now dating, oh, by the way, the ex-husband is no longer in her life, the children's life. Like, he's just moved on from the entire situation. So she's been involved with the new guy for 3 years. The new guy is 31 and has no kids. The new guy is in love with her. She's in love with him. He lives in a different state than she does, but they see each other every weekend and at least once, sometimes twice a week during the Monday through Friday stretch. Now, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm trying to write a note while I'm trying to talk, and there's just too many things going on. Anyway, she got her tubes tied after she had her 9-year-old. And this is while she was still married. She's out of the baby making business. But now she's with this new guy. They've been in love for 3 years. He's 31, yada, yada, yada. Even though he's from, different state and stuff. He wants children. And she said the only way she would do it is if she got married. She also mentioned in her facts that she's nervous about, having the next man do to her what her husband did, which is basically leave her hanging with the bag and all 3 kids. And I said, well, marriage is not going to guarantee that you won't be divorced, or that divorce is going to leave 2 responsible co-parents. It doesn't guarantee that. But the other thing she was asking me is, should she get her tubes untied? She was thinking about it, to have a baby by this guy once they do get married. I told her to go, talk to a gynecologist about the complications of untying tubes. I mean, I know it works easily for men. That's how Dr. Phil and his wife Robin had their second son. They had the first one, and then he got his thing undone. And from what I understand, just from hearing him talk about it with the man, it's like quick lickety split. Now, Dr. Phil never talked about what it is for a woman, but it would seem to me for a woman it's more complicated just because everything dealing with us seems to be more complicated. Our emotions, our wants, everything is more complicated. So why wouldn't our plumbing be more complicated? Ladies, that's just how the maker intends it to be. Everything with us is a complication. So, A, the health risks. I don't know what they are. I'm not feeling good about this. B, her youngest is 9, able to make his own Fruit Loops in the morning, and the 17-year-old can drive the 9-year-old to school or what, why get back in the baby making business? Oh, because she's got a new boyfriend who's 31 who doesn't have any kids. I still don't know whether that's reason enough. I would will myself not to be with a guy who desired kids if I had already had, all mine and then gotten my tubes tied. I would will myself not to, or else was at a certain age, like say I'm 45 and I'm dating, a 25-year-old. I'd make sure he had all his kids and didn't want any more. And even if he says he doesn't want any more, what does a 25-year-old know? Sure, but at least he's satisfied because he has his own kids. But I would never believe a man who's 25, 31, 32, whatever, or up to maybe 35 saying, I don't want kids. I would never believe him. I would never believe him. At some point, he's going to turn soft and think he's going to want his own kids. Not your kids to become his kids. His own kids. That's just my opinion. So I told her, I wouldn't have been in the relationship for 3 years. I wouldn't have allowed myself to get that soft and pink with a guy who doesn't have any kids like that. Just because I know what my intentions are. I knew how serious I was back in my tubes tied to begin with. I don't know. I would have used my futuristic vision. Anyway, so I told her, look, don't, just sit on the fence 50-50. Go talk to your GYN. Find out all the complications. Find out what it's going to cost you and all that other kind of stuff. The cost I didn't even really think about, but I was reminded of the cost by Lillian. Lillian says, Wendy, let that dumb broad, now see, Lillian's hitting hard. Let that dumb broad that wants to get her long-distance lover's baby, have her long-distance lover baby know that she's crazy if she gets the tubes reversed. First, it costs close to $10,000 just for the operation, which most medical insurance carriers will not cover. Second, she's doing it all for the wrong reasons. And third, it's just not worth it to do it for a man. Yeah. I got a tube ligation done after the birth of my first child, Wendy. Yes, you read me correctly. The first child. And only because I didn't want to be a breeder for multiple men. I knew that my relationship was not the greatest, and I didn't want to have more children with a man I wasn't too great about. Now I'm in the greatest relationship ever with a man who has 4 children. Does he want more? Absolutely. Do I want to give him more? Absolutely not. I love having sex. She uses the F word. I love having sex with him, but I'm not going to be someone else's baby's mama. That's from Lily. I didn't realize it cost that much. Jeez Louise. And she was doing it for some of the wrong reasons. Fantasia was on The View yesterday. I didn't see it. Oh, gosh. They said she got braces. Easy. She's working on it. Well, this person, Sean, says that she sounded great, and he thought that I'd like to know that she has the invisible line braces, probably so that people like you won't clown her teeth and focus on her talent. Exactly. The teeth were distracting, and who can focus on the singing? Between the crazy hook on that one song, just that one song, the Baby's Mama song. I was talking about it earlier. I was like, that's a great Mother's Day song. Like, I'll take that for a Mother's Day song over The Intruders. I'll Always Love My Mama. Just because that song is so old. I equate that song with me loving my mother. But that is not the song that I want to equate with me being a mother. The Intruders, I'll Always Love My Mama. Now, I don't necessarily want Fantasia. This goes out to all the Baby's Mama either. But if I had a choice between the two, I will overlook the hook of Fantasia's song. Oh, please. The words of Fantasia's Baby's Mama song are really beautiful. But the hook is just real hood. And there's so many, women who aren't babies' mamas. And even babies' mamas who don't want to be addressed like that. Pat O'Brien's Dr. Phil show. Thanks, Reggae Red, by the way. Delivered the lowest ratings for a primetime special. Nobody cares about his recovery. All they cared about was the tapes. Nobody cares about Pat O'Brien's recovery. And you know what? I like Dr. Phil. I'm not rushing to primetime TV to see him interview anyone. You know what I'm saying?
I like the way he treating Oprah.
Oprah's just fine. Oprah's a big girl, handling and holding. By the way, NAMBLA purchased Michael Jackson's Neverland estate for the $35 million. NAMBLA. The National Association of Man Boy Love. Or NAMBLA. That is a joke. I don't know who purchased it. I don't really much care. So much going on. A woman gave a fugitive a ride around town. She didn't even know she was driving a man who just escaped from state prison. This happened in Florida. Apparently, a Florida woman unwittingly drove the fugitive who escaped from state prison. He was working the crew with the crew, around town. I guess they were under watchful eyes, keeping the town clean, and worked his way to escaping. And she drove him around town for like 3 hours before safely making it back to her own house. Her relatives were worried. Detectives were waiting for her. This just happened yesterday. She had been with William Hawley, who had walked away from the road crew at the Martin Correctional Facility work camp and ditched his prison garbs. She got a little weak in the knees when she realized that what could have happened to her, says the sheriff. But she says, he was very nice. We talked about religion and family. She's 41. She's a wife. Excuse me. She's 41. I would have been shocked if she was like in a relationship and all like that, because this sounds like a really, hey, they're lonely girl move. The prisoner told her about his wife and girlfriend, and one of them was ready to deliver a baby, and his car broke down, and he needed a cab ride. So she said, hop in. And she took him to the medical center. She also gave him $20 for a meal over there in Port St. Lucie. He was last seen getting into a sports utility vehicle with 2 other women. And he's still missing as of now. But by the way, he's serving a 10-year bid for a police chase, burglary, theft, and cocaine charges.
Oh.
yeah. Did you guys read this Dear Abby about it says, Dear Abby, I'm a blonde, slim, 5'10" female, single and in shape. People tell me I'm beautiful. I'm also HIV positive.
Oh
my gosh.
Not stuff. Somebody's gonna die. Our Father which art in heaven. She was a beautiful person.
Sometimes, I get even sicker when I laugh during the bonus hour, and I'm trying to play it off like I'm not laughing because there's no music bed to hide behind. So I'm kicking at the bottom. My high heels are clicking on my chair. Oh. Hi, A-Marie. So look, I would like to meet someone special and settle down.
What? What the hell wrong with that bitch?
Come on.
I saw that one too. Magic Johnson. Oh. You do got a cute smile, y'all.
I would like to meet someone special and settle down, but as soon as I meet a man I like, I struggle with the question of when to reveal my health situation. I have told them right away, and I never hear from them again, which I find very insulting. Wait, hold on. She tells people right away, and she finds it insulting. You know, like, well, hold on, because I'm going to tell you what Dear Abby says. Some of my friends tell me I should date a guy for a few months and then say something, but I feel like I'd be betraying somebody if I wait a long time. I don't want to just blurt out the information at a first meeting. I'm very confused. Please help me. Sign, wants to be married in Gainesville. Abby, this is what Abby says. There is no need to wear a scarlet letter declaring to anyone who shows an interest in you that you're HIV positive. There is every reason in the world to take the time to get to know someone and for him to get to know you before having sex. When you finally are ready for physical intimacy, you should then disclose. Oh my God. You should. Well, yeah. This is not funny. This is not funny.
No, you know what she should do? She should meet somebody that's HIV positive. Also,
be involved in support groups.
It gets sicker? What the hell wrong with you? It gets sicker? Sorry.
When you're finally ready for physical intimacy, you should then disclose that you're HIV positive. If a man loves you, he won't leave you. And if he doesn't love you, good riddance. Abby, you're waiting for a man to fall in love before? What are you? Abby is out of touch. Abby's treating this like it's herpes, which 1 in 4 people have. And even then, I'm like, okay, you waiting for me to fall in love? Tell me that you're bumped up with herpes?
bumped up. He said bumped up.
Back there.
Well, one of our listeners, Coffee, sent this over to me, sent her response. Coffee's actually one who turned me on to the Dear Abby. So, Wendy, did you see this? I said, no, Coffee. And I read it just now. So Coffee says, this person, wrong advice, Abby. This person should forget about sex with non-HIV people and seek out a website for potential interests in love with people with HIV. I agree. That's what we said. That's very good. John, Salley, and Teri Hatcher. You read about that in the newspaper, right? The drama is we got a telephone call. John Salley's been married for 10 years. Exactly. And his wife has to find out about him blatantly slobbing down a desperate housewife in the middle of Justin Timberlake's club in L.A. For those of you who all didn't read the story, I'll read it for you. Size apparently doesn't matter for desperate housewife Teri Hatcher. Basically, it's saying that John Salley, who I love, and Teri Hatcher were at a nightclub owned by Justin Timberlake called Chi out in Los Angeles. Apparently, they met. Both of them met. They were separately at the same event earlier that night, an event that was attended by several celebrities, including Lindsay Lohan, Tori Spelling, Nat Dillon, Kirsten Davis, and Marissa Tomei. It was sponsored by the Cartier company. Cartier. How do you say that? Cartier. Company. So these two meet for the first time there, and I guess they decide, you know how like when you meet somebody you like, hey, you know, there's a little something popping off at Justin's club tonight. I was heading over there after. I'll meet you there. You know? So Salley and Hatcher get in the club. It's their second stop of the night. Order a bottle of Grey Goose. And then he showed her where the Wild Goose goes. Right there on the dance floor. They were dancing to Beyonce's Crazy in Love. And they started kissing, making out crazy in front of everyone. And I love this story because I was saying earlier, I love that celebrities just make it easy for we wags. I mean, it's not as scandalous. I like some of the grunt work we have to do to dig up a story. And I kind of like sometimes when the celebrities are hiding, but we see you and we're talking and we know, and people got their picture phones lining up the picture. These two trying to be sneaky in the back of the club making out. But instead, they were there on the dance floor. I'm like, well, look, there's nothing wrong. They're two consenting adults. She's single. He's single. Come to find out, Nicole from the office gets the ring-a-ling-a-ling-ding. Dude has been married for like 10 years. I know he's from Brooklyn. He better hope his wife isn't. You know what I'm saying? She ain't having it. Teri Hatcher.
You think they talk about it in advance to say, let's get news headlines together?
Well, I think that Teri Hatcher, Eva Longoria, by the way, was voted Maxim Magazine's. She's number one on the hottest woman on the planet. They do a list of 100 people. Beyonce was number 17. Halle Berry this year is number 41. I don't think there's anybody black in the top 10. Ashanti's number 13. Ashanti's higher than Beyonce this year. She's 13. And Beyonce's number 17. But I think that there is probably pressure for all the Desperate Housewives to keep the headlines going. And Felicity is, a married woman. She's got her kids. How many headlines are you going to make? You know what I mean? Then you got the redhead. She did the lesbian thing. Okay, past that, how many headlines are you going to make? Eva Longoria's got a new boyfriend every week. I'm like sick of those headlines, but what else are you supposed to do when you're 30 in Hollywood? You got a bunch of money and you're on a number one show. I wouldn't lock down to one person if I were her. I mean, she entered this show being a single woman, kind of, sort of. I mean, she was with JC Jason, but apparently that ain't mean nothing. You know what I mean? So she's keeping it hot and popping for her career and for the show. She's holding all those girls up on her shoulders in terms of the hot and popping nature. People Magazine, Us Magazine, and all like that. So Teri is single. She's got a daughter. Her daughter's like, 10 or 12 or something like that. She's 40. Why not get out there and do it? Nicolette Sheridan's engaged. Nicolette can't do it like that. When you see pictures of Nicolette, she's walking the dog with her fiance. They're about to get married. So Teri Hatcher decides to cook something up. Okay, so I could see Teri saying, you know what? I'm not serious about this, but let me give him something to talk about. Because, secretly the Desperate Housewives are all feuding with each other anyway, even though they say that they're not. So it puts Teri out there in the light of Eva Longoria. Boyfriend, scandality, and like that. John Salley, who I love, there's a buzz about him taking over the morning show of the radio station that I'm on in Los Angeles, 100.3 The Beat, KKBT. I mean, out there, doing a morning show is kind of like having a sitcom, or, it's prime time. You know what I'm saying? Like the Hollywood types, they're checking for that. So I could see a little buzz wanting to be created, but not at the expense of a marriage, honey. You're going to do what with who? Well, then this is what we'll do. I'll wear a Tina Turner wig. I'm the wife. I'll wear a Tina Turner wig and some poom poom shorts and play like I don't know you, and I'll be lamping in the cut on the other side of the club, giggling with my girls. You come in the club, order Grey Goose, grab me by both booty cheeks, pick me up, and force me to drink the Grey Goose off one of the ripples in your stomach, if Salley still has them. Right on the dance floor, I'll lay down. You know what I'm saying? You do I have the wig on. Nobody will know I'm Mrs. Salley. And then let them print that. And then you take me out back and blow my back out against the cans in the alley. Please. Now we can create some buzz, but let it be known it's not going down like this here with Teri Hatcher. That's all I'm saying. So no, I don't think this was buzz created. Comedy clubs tonight. Wendy Williams' comedy experience at the Laugh Factory. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, the Lock said they might come through on Friday night too. Jadakiss was real on. He was like listening to the broadcast the other week when I was hosting it from Lounge 42. He knew the hard bottom and everything. You know, sometimes, you think people are faking when they say that they're, like listening and stuff.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm ready with my hard bottoms. I was like, wow, who said anything about hard bottoms? Here I'm thinking,
he surprised me.
Jadakiss wants to come through, and I have to tell him you can't wear sneakers in the club. It's a grown and sexy party. But he was like, I'll be through with my hard bottoms. I was like, whoa, he does listen. Yeah. And Trev Hollywood is friends with the whole entire D Block.
They love and they took the best together and everything.
Not because it's big, but it's small.
Like the world. It's big, but it's small. Wendy, I don't care how you sugarcoat this one, but you're wrong. See, this is what's wrong with the people on this earth today. How dare you state that Shar Jackson and Marla Maples don't belong in the same company? Just because his ex's money is longer than Shar's doesn't mean yada yada. Okay, this is from somebody who didn't sign their name. It's signed constant listener. No, what I was saying, not that they don't belong in the same room, because they are, at the end of the day, they're both okay, you all. First, we have to go into a break. I got to go into a break. I have to do a break right now. I can't get into this, but I will tell you that there's a reality show coming out called The Ex-Wives Club. And I did say, what is Marla Maples doing on this show with Shar Jackson? But I'll explain why if it even involves explanation. Because to me, never mind, because I'm getting ready to get into it and I'm going into our commercial time. Hey, look, I have something to give away to you guys. Who wants to see Harlem Coffee Shop? Do you know who's in it? My darling host of the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience, Capone, the gangster of comedy. It doesn't really matter who else is in it. I said Pone's in it. But Christopher Martin, Play from Kid and Play, is in it. Ow. Mickey Howard from back in the day. Love Under New Management. She's in it. And Darren Henson. Darren Henson? Isn't that the dancer?
Yeah.
Well, he's in the play too. Anyway, you can win passes right now. WBLS, we've got passes for the Harlem Coffee Shop. Your passes are going to be for Saturday, May 28th at the Beacon Theater. So make sure that your calendar is clear and you don't waste these tickets because I understand that this is pretty good. And you get a chance to see Capone, the gangster comedy. All right. All right, so dial carefully. It's 866-GET-WENDY. Pick up these passes, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the remainder of the bonus hour next, right here on 107.5 WBLS.
No, it's 212.
What?
No, you said 866-GET-WENDY, right?
It's 866-GET-WENDY until I leave excuse me, until I leave the radio.
I thought it was 212.
They put 212 because there's just a lack of respect or something. I mean, if you're giving, what time does it say to give away that prize? Does it say to give it away during my show? 6 o'clock is still the Wendy show. But they put the 212 number.
Yeah, because it's local.
It's always 866-GET-WENDY. I don't answer the 212 number. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you're saying something that I really, wish you hadn't gotten into because you know how I get.
I'm sorry.
No. The contest sheet should say it's going to be during my show. Well, call whatever you want. I'm not answering a 212 number, though. So you call that, nobody be answering. Call 866-GET-WENDY and check out the Harlem Coffee Shop on May 28th. Congratulations in advance. And don't forget, Vaughn Harper comes up at 7 o'clock with The Quiet Storm. That's when the phones get switched to 212 right here on 107.5 WBLS.
Yo, what up? This is John Legend, and you're listening to the bonus hour on 107.5 WBLS.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John Legend. So anyway, congratulations, by the way, to Shamika Croquette of the Bronx. She lives on Unionport Road, and she picked up the passes for the Harlem Coffee Shop. Good going. You're going to like that, Shamika. There you go. You put that in the book. So what I was saying, though, about Marla Maples, okay, so there's apparently a reality show that was just shot with Kevin Federline's baby's mama, baby's mother, Shar Jackson, And Shar has really been getting her hustle on since, her resurrection regarding her split with Kevin. As painful as it was, I guess the upside of it is that, she discovered the rat that he is. She probably has the knowledge that he'll be no better to Brittany. She's having a baby with Brittany, so it's kind of locking it all in so that all the kids will mesh together. And somehow through that, Shar will manage to stay paid. And you know what? Because at the end of the day, even if Brittany and Kevin get a divorce, if Shar plays it right, Shar and Brittany could end up having a relationship where, not free money, but maybe Shar has a service that she can offer to Brittany. I know Char's trying to be a rocker in her own right. Maybe she'll come to her senses and she'll say, you know what, Brittany, let me help you organize blah 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 or so and so or whatever. The point is that she can get checks off Brittany directly. Say Kevin becomes a deadbeat dad to Char's kids, and Brittany won't be chasing him for money. I'm just looking down the road if by chance they get a divorce. I'm not trying to put that off on them, but he did it to Char and she was pregnant. What makes Brittany think she can, handle it and he can handle her? Anyway, there's a new reality show that Char has just finished shooting. Marla Maples Trump was involved with the reality show. It's called the Ex-Wives Club. I hope this show comes on TV. It sounds like a really great show. Kind of along the same vein as drawing the same audiences like Desperate Housewives. You know what I mean? Just, like that. And I was taken aback because I was like, what is Marla Maples doing on this show with Shar Jackson? And it's not a black thing. It's more of a, Char's on her hustle to get paid. And I understand that and I respect that. But it's kind of, I don't know, I would have just thought that Donald would have been, hitting her off enough. And they would have sort of an understanding where she wouldn't be involved in anything. So, I'm going to show you, Donald.
Cheesy.
There you go. Cheesy. I expect it from Char. A, Char is younger. B, Char's on her grind. She's got to be. Because her baby's father is about nothing. He's a bottom feeder. Bottom feeding off Brittany. That's what I meant. So you heard it wrong or misconstrued it wrong. And this person goes on to say you perpetuate some of this negativity. Now I listen to you every weekday, Wendy, and you have pissed me off. Even though this is the reality, you can break the reality and instead of manifesting such stupidness. The stupidness is why Marla Maples would be on this show. That's the stupidness. Donald's manifesting it by not, sending her some hush money. Hey, baby, I hear you're involved with this reality. Look, how much are they paying you for this? $50,000? I'll give you $150,000 and the keys to Mar-a-Lago for the next 3 months. The private jet to go down there and a full wardrobe.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And I'll throw you some ice. Don't do something so cheesy. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's all. Bonaduce's in a bad way. We haven't talked about that in a minute. He's still in rehab. Danny Bonaduce. Back in rehab. Drinking binge. He tried to slash his wrists in a bid to spice up his VH1 reality show. Isn't that something? My channel, that makes people question then, Well, I guess maybe nothing. Question nothing about the channel. Yeah. I thought Danny Bonaduce was on the road to recovery. I mean, he was an offender for so many years. And now he's married to the redheaded woman. I forgot her name, Mrs. Bonaduce. They've been married for Gretchen. They have 2 children. VH1 was doing a reality show being Danny Bonaduce, kind of like being Bobby Brown, following him around, seeing what all he's doing. He's hosting a morning show out in Los Angeles. I don't know how successful in it. I'd rather listen to Danny Bonaduce than Ryan Seacrest, though. They say Ryan Seacrest's show is successful, so if his show is successful, then Bonaduce's must be. But now it's learned that he wanted to spice up his reality show by slitting his wrist. What is the purpose of that? Bonaduce, you're a mess, and you're too old to be a mess like this. He's 45. He ended months of sobriety. Now, first of all, I thought it was years of sobriety. Okay. They say in the Inquirer that he ended months of sobriety to make the most interesting reality show ever. After hitting the bottle, the out-of-control star was physically restrained by the VH1 camera crew. What? Who told his wife and mother of 2 children, Gretchen, man, this party's over. Your husband is out of his mind. Hey, my channel, you said that for Bonaduce, but you didn't see anything wrong with China? Y'all are crazy. Hey. Well, his wife called 911 to help save his life. Although she put down the phone, they say. The cops showed up anyway. And Bonaduce's now doing the talking. Here's his quote. Man, is he a publicity whore. The cops show up anyway, and I'm bleeding all over the place, and I'm not being arrested, but they take me to the psychiatric ward for a mandatory lockdown. But before he was transferred to the hospital, medics, they released him, claiming that his wounds were not lethal. Yeah, what do you do? Put a little red Sharpie over it? Yeah, well, you know, my bottle trick works. You know what I do with the pills when I go into the boss's office. They work everything. You get everything you want. You go in. I have my thyroid pills. You know, my thyroid is regulated, but I do take a pill a day, and it's in the official prescription bottle. You know. So when I need something, and I don't need any, extra, questions, and and all that. Oh well, let's wait 24 hours. I take my pills out. I get my hands going all akimbo. Dropping a few of them on the ground. I use an old bottle. I have Advil in it. They don't know. I'm not eating them. You know what I'm saying? Dropping them on the ground and falling to the ground to pick them up one by one. And I'm not acknowledging my own behavior. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm simply picking up, but I'm saying, this is what I need. This is what, got to, you all are driving me crazy here, but I'm not acknowledging my own behavior. Next thing you know, done. But all this wrist slashing, who would have thought? I mean, that's a good one. You sit in your boss's office, you talk about you want something, you pull out a blade. What the hell? Exactly. Anyway, the VH1 is going to continue to produce Being Bonaduce, contrary to reports, and Bonaduce will be entering an alcohol program, at which point production will slow down, and then his family will continue to work on his issues. All of a sudden, I don't care about watching Being Bonaduce. Knowing that so many stunts are pulled, Bonaduce is not even being Bonaduce. Steve is in the other room set up. He's doing my makeup. I'm going to be doing something with BET over at the Comedy Club. Just a little something in the back room. The Style show on BET. Thank you, BET. They're interviewing me about my album. So I'm in there getting, TV makeup done. And I'm like, you coming to the Comedy Club tonight? I know he's going to be in the back room, just powdering my nose one last time. And I said, and then, you're going to enjoy the show. He said, oh, no. I got to find out whether he knew the boy's name, the blonde one on American Idol, if he gets cut off tonight. I'm like, oh my gosh, are people still into that like that? And I wasn't even interested, but out of curiosity, I say to Steve, so who's still on the show? And he's naming names and what makes them fabulous. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So are you all rushing? Is it? Oh, sorry. He's standing outside the door with his hand on his hip. Anyway, whatever you're doing tonight, make it a good one. How much time do I have left on the break? Because
2 minutes.
Oh, because Heidi Klum and Seal are that close to getting married. Now, she's already pregnant and they're about to do the damn thing. Good for them. And Lorraine Bracco from The Sopranos, who you've seen talk about her, I don't want to call it craziness. You've seen the commercials. Manic, she was depressed. Totally different thing. She hid it for a while. Now she's out. She's hawking the product. You know, you don't have to live with it. And you know what? I can appreciate when celebrities come out and they say like you don't have to live with it, because it makes people who aren't celebrities understand that there is nothing wrong with being depressed. What's wrong is if you don't go get help. If you don't lay on the couch and go work your therapy and find out about the pill that will make you not depressed, and you'll be happy, but you'll be all dried up down here and won't want to do anything, because she doesn't tell that part. She probably hasn't had sex in 10 years since she got on that medication. You know, that medication does a number on you. You're right. Art just passed me a note. You were absolutely right.
Yeah.
My hair and makeup stylist, Steve Lindsay,
Look at his face. It's like, damn,
looks like the guy from PBS who used to paint portraits, right? And the funny thing is that he's white on PBS. And Steve is black, but he's real pale. But he's got the hair and the... Yup. You know what, Steve? You do look like him.
Let me look alike.
Yes. All right, that's good. Anyway, Lorraine Bracca is about to write a book called On the Couch. It's her first, and it's a reflection of her life, her career, and overcoming her personal struggles. And you know what that struggle is going to be, depression. I would say that this is recommended reading. More people than not, Art just introduced me to another person in my personal cipher I had no idea was on the pills to energy up and see the world as a sunny place. I had no idea. A young girl. How old is she? In her 20s?
Yes.
Or early 30s? One of the two. Early 20s?
Yeah.
And has got, if she doesn't take her pills, a real depressed person. And I had no idea. But you know what? That happens a lot. That makes about 5 people that I know now. 5 people that I know in my personal life.
Yeah.
Young people. The 40 and under. Hell, the 30 and under for more than half of them who take pills for depression. Marvin. Yeah, it's that kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Take out your pills, listen to the Marvin Gaye. What's going on? All right, I gotta go. The Vaughn's coming up next with The Quiet Storm.
Faces beat.
No, it's not. I have to go back in. He's still putting on lashes. I still have about 20 more minutes worth of production to do here at the radio station. He's got to do the makeup. The BET people want me to come in makeup ready. And because I'm promoting my album, my virgin constituents are going to be there staring to make sure that their product looks good. And I'm not used to being anybody's product like this. But you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because I got the call this morning. So what are you wearing? Oh. Because they bought the clothes.
Yes.
You know, we went shopping yesterday. They bought, we like 8 different outfits. So which one are you, like I'm grown. I'm not Brooke Valentine. Shout out to my label mate, Brooke. But the young girls that come into the business, they got to be handheld and all like that. What are you wearing? Okay, now remember, you have to be makeup ready and they need you to be there on time. Like, wow, man.
Rock and roll.
Oh my gosh. Pressure.
You're a rock star now.
Pressure? Do I look like a rock star?
Yeah, you there.
No?
Steve can go home. You ready?
No, he's got to put my lashes on. You don't see the close-up. All right, you all. Thank you so much for lamping during the bonus hour. Once again, thank you to the Locks. I love you all. A special shout out to Jada Kiss and Chic, you too, and Styles. Now I know all 3 of you in your own different lights. Styles was the missing link. Now I know you better than I knew you before. I dig you, man. I dig all yous. But Styles was the missing link. I really, I had a little private conversation with him, and wow. Oh, you nice man. All right, everybody. I'm keeping here. Vaughn's up next with The Quiet Storm right here on the station with today's R&B and classic soul and the $100,000 cash guarantee. It's 107.5 WBLS. Bye-bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Oh, man.
And WBLS music starts next.